Hello, my name is Landon Holmes and I'll be talking about my hearing impaired Bluetooth door knock assistant, also known as the HIBDA. The agenda for today, I'll give a brief introduction to the problem, go over the design schematic I have, the setup functionality, the code functionality, and the application functionality that is on the phone. An introduction to the problem. Some people are unable to hear their door everywhere in their home. If they're in a certain location, maybe upstairs, and they don't have an extension for the doorbell to notify them, they won't be able to hear if someone comes to the door. My solution was to create a module to sense the knock on the door, and once the vibration from the door knock is sensed, it will notify the user via a phone application. Here's the breadboard layout. We have an Arduino Uno on this side, which is hooked up to an LED, the potentiometer to help adjust the sensitivity for the knock, the Bluetooth module for connecting to the application, and the piezoelectric disc, which will actually be measuring the vibration. Here is a picture of the current setup. All rubber banded together on the breadboard is the Bluetooth module. The potentiometer is over here. The green LED is hidden behind these wires, which will blink whenever a knock is detected that is above the threshold. The piezoelectric disc will sit under the Arduino, which is under the rubber band. For the functionality, you are able to connect via Bluetooth to the application. It will detect a knock based on the threshold setting, and it will send information to the Bluetooth to the application, and this information includes the threshold setting and whether or not there's a knock. So here's the beginning of the code, just some global constants that will be used for pins and the delay threshold. The piezo threshold is one that can change by adjustment, and these are just other global variables that will be used. The setup function, it starts the serial connection that allows Bluetooth connection, and just sets up the output pin. The part 1 of the Bluetooth, or the loop function, is to read the threshold setting of the current potentiometer, and if this absolute value is greater than 10, we can tell that it has actually been changed and is not just a variation in the voltage. The second part of the loop function is actually the knock part. It'll read the value of the piezometer. If it's above the threshold, it'll print it out, and if it hasn't already been printed, this if handles whether or not it'll send repeats, which we don't want it to send 2 knocks for just the same knock on the door. Here's the app. We can click our application icon and it'll open the app. You can click connect to a device to bring up a list of Bluetooth devices. HC06 is my Bluetooth module, and that's what I'll click to connect. The application functions, once you're connected, you can click the disconnect to disconnect. Once a knock is sensed, it will display which knock it is, knock 1, and display a notification that says someone is at the door. You can clear it, and it will also display any sensitivity changes. I'm Landon Holmes, and this is my lovely assistant Crowley, my dog. Thank you for your help. You can go now. And I'm here to demonstrate my hearing impaired Bluetooth door knock assistant, or the HIBDA. And if we come over here a little bit, we can see the system expertly strung together with a rubber band. Here's the Bluetooth module, the potentiometer, the battery source, which to turn on you just plug in. Very high-tech stuff. The blinking red light indicates the Bluetooth is on but not connected. And we can go over here to the door, and I can just hang this on the door if I can get it set up right. It's hanging against the door. The piezoelectric disc, which senses the vibration, is hooked to the bottom by the rubber band, which will sit against the door. In real implementation, this can probably be improved. Now if we move in closer over here, we have a green LED that will light up when the piezo senses a knock that is sensitive enough, like that. So now the phone app, we press and open. If we want to connect, I'm going to try to show the blinking in the background. This is my Bluetooth device, and as it connects we see it turns solid red, and this will give us 2 status screens. If a knock is detected, we get a knock notification saying that somebody is at our door.